My name is Elkana Sunday Baraza. I am a beneficiary of Beacon of Hope. I was here a long time ago when some of the programs are just beginning. Currently, I work with Equity Bank as a relationship manager in charge of ecosystem and cashless distribution. That is in corporate banking department. I first knew about Beacon of Hope back in 2010. I was in primary school back then, and they came with a program in Nakel Primary School about Jiamulie. It was a campaign against the spread of HIV and AIDS. Jiamulie, maisha ni yako, and they had a tagline, nimechill na kusila during deal. That is when I first knew Beacon of Hope. I was introduced to them. They were training us to be peer educators so that we go educate our fellow students on the importance of abstaining from HIV and AIDS. And then we did a series of book clubs with them, with Beacon of Hope, after which now when I completed from, that was class 8, that is when now we started the OVC program. That was the sponsorship program that took me through high school. Yeah. And after that, then I was able to be taken through high school, all through to Form 4. The Beacon of Hope paid my fee all through till I was able to complete my Form 4 well. And after that, another journey began. Like at every stop, there was always a beginning. So after that, another journey began where now we were doing volunteer work, coming back to give back to the community, just doing garden work here and there, and just making the place look tidy, trimming the flowers and all that. That is what we were doing as volunteers at that particular point. That was immediately after Form 4, just before we could join campus. When we were doing the volunteer work, the gardening and all that, we were a big number. But because when you start working as a gardener in Beacon of Hope, you discover it is very big. Stretching from the clinic all the way to the greenhouse, it's a very big place. So it was hard. It was really hard. So most of us dropped. And just a number of us, around 9 of us, were able to finish it to the end. We were given a scholarship just before campus to do MTA, to be the pioneers in Microsoft Training Academy. We were doing Microsoft operating system, which we did and completed just before we joined campus. After that, after we had graduated from that class, now we joined campus. I was called to Kisii University. I was doing a bachelor's degree in biology, pure and applied biology, that is botany and zoology option. Beacon of Hope came in again. They paid for my scholarship, for my fee, all through. I did my first semester. Then we came for a long holiday immediately after the first semester. After when we came, I came back to Beacon of Hope. We were doing still volunteering, and this time I was lucky. I was taken to the office. I was taught management, data analysis, and so many office ethics and office stuff. So I was a subordinate staff in the office, where I worked for like 5 months. That was in 2017, January to May. Then I went back to Kisii University for my second semester, after which I came back and then back to the office. After that, the years went fast, and we graduated in 2020. The 2020 also proved to be quite challenging, but because of the pandemic, we came here. We were doing food distribution to the communities around with Beacon of Hope, and it was a good chance just to interact with the people. It was another way of giving back to the community, courtesy of Beacon of Hope. So Beacon of Hope has been quite a pillar in my life, building me in my character development, and almost, let me say, just all aspects, from spirituality to character development to all spheres. And after I graduated in 2020, now it was time to leave Beacon of Hope. Not to leave entirely, but now to start working out on my own. I got an application on March to apply for a job in Equity, and it was tricky given the course I did, biology. So it wasn't an easy interview, given the role that I was applying for as a relationship officer in charge of a region. It wasn't an easy interview, but what God helped me, because the things I learned here in Beacon of Hope, and having brought it out in an articulate, and by the grace of God, just having to employ the skills that I had learned here in Beacon of Hope, I was able to convince the panel, and they allowed me to prove myself. So I was taken to Nyanza, Western Kisumu Regional Office, and given not just one, but 2 regions. So it has been a long journey, and all has been attributed to God through now Beacon of Hope. The first lesson was humanity that I learned in Beacon of Hope, knowing the value of other human beings, that every human being matter. They picked me up when I wasn't, I can't say I was somebody. We were struggling, our family was struggling, and we didn't really know what exactly to do, because having studied in Nakel Primary School, secondary, you just cross over to Ngaimurunya. So I can't say there was much of a future, but they showed me that that particular life can be changed. And they proved it through me. So, and how they grow with you, how they teach you one thing after the other, taking you through seminars and workshops, giving you food, and just being there whenever you need moral support, whenever you need someone to talk to, they're always there. So that is one of the biggest lessons I learned. I also learned professionalism. All the time I worked here, they didn't treat me as a subordinate. They didn't treat me as a helping staff or as a volunteer. I was treated like a staff, like any other. So I was taught office ethics and all character, including integrity and unity of purpose. When we were working with the overseas, the OSP programs, it was all to do with building my professional and career work. Also, I've learned tranquility, humility, and the aspect of mercy. That aspect of mercy, so that whenever I'm out there, I can also bring other people through mentorship. I can be able to train other people who are in a point like me, and to build them up slowly by slowly to become better people. And we've done that. I've done that with several students and several mates, and it has proven to work out very well. In terms of impact, the results that I've had in my life ever since the beginning. The fighting skills that I've had over the years, all I can attribute to Beacon of Hope. They've taught me how to look at an obstacle and face it head on. Not going around it, not going over it, going through it. And I have had several exams, both life exams and real exams. And I've fought them out because I knew that there was someone holding my hand from somewhere. Though they might not be there with me, but I know there's someone waiting around who will hold my hand. So whenever I'm facing an obstacle, I'll just go and just go through it, and I'll come out victorious, and then I'll come tell the story. So the impact has been great. Before I joined Equity, I was working as an intern also with Inspire Spaces. Inspire Spaces was something was an organization I was introduced to by Beacon of Hope. So I worked there for the 3 months, and then I shifted to Equity. And Equity, I got their job in Equity because of my association with Beacon of Hope, because of the qualification I got in Beacon of Hope. Because biology, there is no biology in Equity. It is just finance and all that. So that aspect, having worked in an office layout, having worked in a managerial department, or let me say office, and the part where I was able to how do I bring it? I'm just in lack of the best word to bring it out. I'm able to identify a problem even when everything seems okay, and solve it still. Not necessarily having the skills needful for me to solve it, but I can be able to solve it just by giving guidance through it. So that is a skill I developed here. As I was talking to students, I was trying to mentor students here through the seminars and workshops they were calling me to. And that is one of the impact which cannot be gotten in school. And the development of a leader in me, that also is attributed to Beacon of Hope. All those are just impacts of Beacon of Hope. My spirituality, I can preach, by the way, courtesy of Beacon of Hope still. Beacon of Hope, just as the name suggests, brings hope. It's like a beam. You are in darkness, and all of a sudden you meet Beacon of Hope, and everything begins to shine. Everything begins to light up. I can say Beacon of Hope has been an epitome of love, epitome of care, and has been a family to me and to many overseas, many orphans and other people who have passed through Beacon of Hope. Happy 20th anniversary, Beacon of Hope.